Hey there, it's Nancy Morris. This is Monday, March 6th. Did you know that this week, all week, is National Procrastination Week? Yes, they have a holiday for procrastination. Maybe we'll do it this week, or maybe we'll do it next week. Not sure. That's the old joke that goes around. Anybody who understands procrastination, I do, because I've recently published this book called Procrastinate Now, Rethinking Time Management. Procrastination is something that people tend to do, all of us tend to do. Yet most people don't really understand what it's all about. And that's what this book is all about, procrastination. But it's not what you think. It's not what you think at all. In actual fact, I'm somebody who believes that procrastination is one of the best skills that you have. And during the course of the next 5 days, I'm going to explain that to you. Each day, I'm going to unfold a little bit more about how procrastination is an amazing thing, how to use it to your advantage, and some next steps that you can take, not only to get a copy of my book for free, but for how to use it to create the systems and the strategies that you need to create the success that you want, however you choose to define that, whether that's in business or at home or whatever. Just a little FYI for you, I'm doing this off the cuff as I tend to do all of my presentations. I know what I'm going to say in terms of my agenda, but the phone may ring or something else may happen, a few ums and ahs or whatever, and I'm just going to carry on. There's no need for me to stop and edit or anything along those lines. That's not how I do stuff. So anyway, let's get started. What is procrastination and what is it not? That's where we're going to start today. Tomorrow I'm going to explain a little bit more about what procrastination actually is in terms of the cognitive science of it. I've been studying the science of psychology for 25 plus years now, just dated myself. And tomorrow I'm going to delve into a little bit of the science around procrastination. Then later in the week, we're going to look at things like a key strategy on how to use procrastination to get things done. Yes, you heard that correctly. Use procrastination to get things done. Then I'm going to give you a few other ideas of what it is that you can do on a day-to-day basis in the immediate when you're noticing that you're procrastinating about something. But the key thing for you during the course of this week is twofold. First, I want you to make sure that you get to the end of this week understanding not only what procrastination truly is, rather than that stuff, I almost swore, rather than that stuff that you've heard procrastination is. So I want you to really get, by the end of this week, what procrastination is and how to use it to your advantage. But I also want you to make a commitment to me, and that is this. I'm giving you this information at no cost. It's taken me years to do the research on it. It took me a long time to write the book, to put it all together, put all the science together, etc., etc. But I'm actually going to give it to you for free. So what I want from you is I want you to give me something. I want you to give me your commitment that what you're going to do is take the information that you hear this week and share it with at least one other person this week. Not next week. Don't put it off. Don't procrastinate about it. But this week, find at least one other person that you're going to share at least some of this information with. Whether you agree with it or not is fine. Just discuss it with somebody else and share with them what it is that you're learning. That way, you're passing it along to someone else. So as long as we have that commitment, keep playing. If you're not prepared to do that, please turn this off. Anyway, so let's look at procrastination, the science of procrastination. Okay, there's three main types of procrastinators in technical terms. The first is one known as the arousal type procrastinator. And that's the person who loves to do everything at the very last minute. So they think they love the buzz and the adrenaline and everything else. So they put everything off until the very last minute. The second is somebody that we call the behavioral avoidant. And, sounds pretty common sense what that means. Sure enough, behavioral avoidant procrastinators delay stuff. They put things off. They allow themselves, ooh, squirrel. Yep, that's the one. They see the squirrel and they let it distract them away. Here's some examples of really good behavioral avoidant techniques. Staying too long at the water cooler at the office, chatting about nothing with somebody else, chatting over and above normal social chat. Delaying coming back to your desk by stopping off to help Bob with whatever it is that Bob needs to do. Spending too much time on Facebook or YouTube, but now's okay. You can spend the time now. That's absolutely fine. Knowingly overscheduling yourself. That's actually behavioral avoidant procrastination. When you know that you're packing too much into your schedule, you're procrastinating. Okay, so there's things like that minimizing the importance of something. Oh, I don't have to worry about that right now. It's insignificant. Perhaps that's true, but maybe it's not. Only you know for sure whether or not that's true. So that's some of the examples of behavioral avoidant procrastination. And then the third type is decisional procrastinators. These are the people that create for themselves so many different options that they have trouble deciding. So they pack on all the different options and then get stuck. It's also paralysis by analysis, and just basically, I could do this or I could do that, or maybe I should do this over here, and having that sort of conversation in their head. Now, one thing I do want you to understand is that sometimes it is okay to delay that decision. This is one of the pieces of procrastination I want you to understand, because not all behaviors of delay are procrastination. Sometimes mulling something over, an important decision, for example, until, say, Friday, is a really important cognitive strategy and very, very smart. It allows your sort of the creative right-hand side of your brain, and other parts as well, to think things through as you're working on other things. However, that mulling until Friday becomes procrastination if we get to Friday. Oh, I'll mull it until next Friday. Oh, and then I'll mull it until the Friday after that. Then that's procrastination. That's a delaying tactic on your part. That's not a smart cognitive strategy. So quickly recapping, there are arousal type procrastinators, those are the ones who leave things to the last minute, behavioral avoidant, ooh, squirrel, and decisional procrastination. That's not mulling, strategic mulling. Those are the three primary types of procrastination. And as you heard, I just mentioned one of the things that procrastination is not. That mulling is not procrastination if, in fact, on Friday, you actually make a decision. One of the other things that's not procrastination is, well, let me do this by example. You're sitting down after dinner and you've got a stack of dishes to do. The kitchen is messy and all that sort of stuff. And there's a favorite television show on. So you're sitting on the couch, and you've got the television or you've got the dishes or television, and you watch TV. Now, is that procrastination? Not by the classic definition of procrastination. No, it's not. And I'll tell you more about that classic definition tomorrow. But that's not procrastination. That's preference. Now, let me clarify this, because sometimes people don't always get this one. Preference is something you're doing all the time, every day. Pretty much every moment of your day, you get to choose between a myriad of choices. Maybe there's one or two choices. Maybe there's several choices. Do I, go here or here for lunch? And when I'm having lunch, am I going to have this, or this, or perhaps that? What do you call that other than preference? You choose A over B because in this moment, that is what you prefer. In your heart of hearts, that's what you want to do. So if you're at home and you want to watch television, you want to watch a favorite television program for half an hour or whatever it happens to be, that's fine. Now, if the dishes stack up for days, that's a different story. But if you're just choosing right now to do A over B because that's what you prefer, in your heart of hearts, that's your honest opinion about what you want to do with the next period of time, then that's a preference. I'm going to go into a little bit more detail about that definition tomorrow, because it plays very much into the real definition, the real meaning behind procrastination, which I'm going to go into detail tomorrow, as I said. I really want for you to come to tomorrow's video with a piece of paper and a pen, because you're going to want to mark this down. This is super important, what I'm going to share with you tomorrow, because I am so sick and tired, seriously I am, ask anybody who knows me well, of hearing people talking about not wanting to procrastinate. I need to stop procrastinating. Or I'm going to go off and buy so-and-so's book about how not to procrastinate. I want that to stop. And there's a reason why I want it to stop, which I'll share more detail about tomorrow. But please understand something. Procrastination is a sign of your intelligence. It's not a sign of a problem. And I'm sick to death of people saying, oh, stop procrastinating. No, you don't want to stop procrastinating. What you really want to do is understand procrastination, and I'll be able to explain that tomorrow, but you don't want to stop procrastinating. That's why this week, National Procrastination Week, is for me a lot of fun, because You know, it's a tongue-in-cheek kind of holiday with the general idea being that we put off things and we don't worry about it for the 1 week of the year. Well, I put off stuff and I never worry about it because I understand what it is and I use it to my advantage. And by tomorrow, you'll understand what it is too, and you'll be able to use it to your advantage. So again, it's currently Monday, March 6th, the beginning of National Procrastination Week. We've summarized a few types of procrastination being arousal type procrastination, you know, the last minute person who loves the adrenaline, which is, by the way, a misunderstanding on their part, but we'll come back to that perhaps another time. Behavioral avoidant, the ooh squirrel, must distract myself, must go do something else, or must purposefully put so much into my schedule that I can't do everything. Or the decisional procrastinator, who is paralysis by analysis. We also talked about some of those decisions, some of the delaying of a choice is important. It's a good, strong cognitive strategy that allows your brain to creatively come up with solutions that are bugging you at the moment. And also the difference between procrastination and preference. Do you simply prefer to do one thing over another? Remember, sometimes people think they're procrastinating because of some societal norm that you're supposed to leap off the couch after dinner or jump from the table and run into the kitchen and do the dishes, which is not true. That's not the way that works. So that's a summary of what we've been talking about for the last 12 minutes or so. Tomorrow, as I say, I'm going to share with you what procrastination really is. Bring a pen and paper, and I'll see you then. Have a great day.